Switch gears to the girls' game now. We're less than 12 hours away from regional Saturday tipping off here in the Hoosier State. And Pete, it's pretty simple. You win in the morning, you get to play for a title at night. And if you win at night, you get to play for another title next weekend.
Yeah, and that's what several of our local teams are hoping to do. That includes Homestead and Carroll, who are set to square off in the first round of a Marion Regional that is absolutely loaded with talent. It'll be a rematch of a game the Spartans dominated back on December 6th. Homestead clobbered Carroll that night. 67-29 was the final score, but Chargers are confident in the improvements they've made since then, and the Spartans are expecting a much better effort from their rivals the second time around.
Well, they're playing good basketball right now, and I know that Coach Redding plays a lot of kids, and a lot of those young kids have developed for him a little bit. I know that Jackson is playing good basketball right now, and she just played very limited minutes when we played back early December. So, they're a good basketball team. They can have a lot of people can score, so that's challenging for us on the defensive end, and they typically mix up their defenses. So we're going to have to, identify what they're running, react to it, and make sure that we get the appropriate offense.
They're a smaller team, but they're really scrappy, and they just are really good at hustling. So we just need to keep working hard and crash the offensive boards and just work as a team is the main thing. Just move the ball and we'll get shots.
They're a great team. They're really fundamental. They shoot the ball well. They can drive. They just play well as a team. And so we are really excited to play against them. It's going to be a really good matchup.
We got to make our shots. I think we had good shots against them, but they just didn't fall. We just got to contain their team because they're just so talented and they're just so solid. So in our thing, we just want to go out and take the momentum that we worked in sectionals, take the things that we did in sectionals, and then let's apply them there. Because we're a different team now than we were when we played them the first time.
I think we're definitely a lot better than we were earlier in the season. That was a high energy game for them with everything going on with their coach. And we beat Southside, we beat some good teams that have great players, and I think that we can play with them.
I feel like it'll give us more motivation, especially because we're like the underdogs. So coming into it, we'll be able to work harder and push ourselves to win regionals, because every year we've lost the first game, so it's just been more of a feel for us this year, especially since we've gotten better as the year progressed.
The Spartans and Chargers set to tip at noon tomorrow. The winner will get either #1 Northwestern or #3 Fishers in the nightcap. Best of luck in that regional.
Yeah, that's a tough one. We moved to Class 3A, and the lone local regional in that one will certainly be one of the toughest ones in its class as well. In the early game Saturday, 3A's 4th-ranked Norwell will face off with 11th-ranked Winchester. The Knights are readying for their first regional appearance since 2017. They'll face a Golden Falcons team who makes the jump to 3A after winning state in 2A a year ago behind standout senior Maddie Lawrence.
We know they're a tough team, and they're really strong, and we just have to prepare for what we can and how to defend against them and Lawrence.
For us, it starts with how we defend Lawrence, trying to keep her off the foul line. We have to do well with her, but it has to still continue to be about us preparing well in what we do. Just being ourselves, playing loose, playing with confidence. This group has handled adversity extremely well throughout the season. I think that's the message. Let's continue to be who we are. Let's focus mostly on ourselves, and let's have a lot of respect for our opponents.
I think we just need to play as a team, and we'll play hard no matter what. We're all going to fight for each other, and we'll see what happens.
This group has what it takes. I think they believe in themselves. I think winning a sectional for the first time in 3 years was huge for this group. I think they understand that they've got a great opportunity, and they're going to do everything they can.
Best of luck to the Knights. Tip against Winchester is set for 10 a.m. at Belmont tomorrow.
On the other side of the Belmont bracket, it'll be 2nd-ranked Benton Central taking on Bob Lapidot's young group from Barrett. Despite having just 2 seniors on this year's roster, the Railroaders were able to claim their first sectional title in 6 years last week. Now, they certainly won't be the favorite to cut down the nets down in Decatur tomorrow, but they're hoping to use that to their advantage.
We don't have to worry about expectations as we didn't in the sectional. We just have to worry about ourselves and believe in what we're doing and play for each other and keep fighting till the last horn goes off. And if we do that, we've proven to ourselves that we can win.
I think you could go both ways because they have the pressure on them. We really don't have any pressure on us. But obviously we want to win. But yeah, I think being young can help because
they're a bunch of seniors and they don't want it to be their last game, but we still have 2 more years playing together as a team.
We are extremely confident in what we are capable of now. You know, we knew what we were capable of going into it, but going out now, we realize what we are capable to do.
The Railroaders and Bison are scheduled for a noon tip down in Decatur tomorrow.
In Class 2A, for the first time in 19 years, Adams Central is playing in the state Sweet 16. AC will face South Central in the regional semifinal at Winnemac High School on Saturday. And while the Jets may be the new kids on the block, literally, none of their players were even alive the last time they played on this stage. They're not ready to go home quite yet.
For us, we didn't want it to stop by winning sectional. Obviously, we wanted to do that. That was one of our goals. But at the end of that goal on our goal sheet, it says then compete for a regional championship. So, one thing we want to do is go down there and make sure we give ourselves a great opportunity to win the basketball game.
Sectionals, we thought it was pretty winnable, as winnable as it could be for us. I mean, it was always going to be a challenge, but we had to think of it that way, and so that's the best way you can get to win, is to think it's winnable. And so that's what we have to think right now, is we have to think it's winnable to be able to achieve that in the end.
We're going to have to play better offense because they're very strong defensively. They're bigger, they're taller, and so we're just going to have to knock down some more shots, feed into our posts, drive more, and of course keep up our great defense.
Tip between AC and South Central set for 1 p.m. at Winnemac. If the Jets win, they will play the winner of the Andrean-Bremen matchup at 7:30 up there tomorrow.
Finally, in Class 1A, the Blackhawk Christian Lady Braves have already made history this year, winning a season in program history, and they'll have an opportunity to make some more on Saturday. The Braves are taking aim at their first ever regional championship, but it will be no It'll be no easy task. In order to get to the final, Blackhawk will have to beat a Morgan Township team that comes in ranked 2nd in the state with a 22-3 record.
Just take it all in, and because, as our school, we haven't won a lot of sectionals for basketball for the girls. So just take it all in, and also just play our hardest like we always have been. Like our coach always says, defense, when you play defense, offense will come. So I think that's what we're focusing on, is just working hard and playing defense, and then offense will come with that.
Just to enjoy, have fun, and to learn from the experience, and to go in with nothing to lose. No one believes that we're going to come out on Saturday, and I think that is motivation for us to work that much harder and to try to prove some people wrong.
Since no one really knows about Blackhawk that much, just to go in there and just show them what Blackhawk is our main goal.
Tip-off between Blackhawk and Morgan Township set for 10:30 a.m. at Caston High School. And Prince, going to be interesting to see who of all our area teams can A, make it to the nightcap, and B, if we have anybody make it through tomorrow, and obviously make it on to semi-state next week.
We got one team for sure that's making it to tomorrow night.
Right.
Between Homestead and Carroll. So we got one there, but the other one's obviously tough regionals all the way around, it kind of seems like, for all of our girls teams this year. I'd like to think Norwell has probably the second best shot outside of Homestead or Carroll to make it to that regional championship, just because of what the Knights have done, especially. Obviously, there's a lot more of that interview that I couldn't air from Coach Thornton and the girls. Like, they fell behind 19 points to Lures, and he said we can't do that, but they acknowledge the fact that, hey, we've fallen behind and we've kept our cool, and we've been able to come out on top. So they like their poise that they got. Yeah,
like you said, I mean, that poise is a good word. There's a poise about that team and experience. Obviously, they this particular group hasn't been to a regional, but obviously there's a winning culture with that program. Same with Homestead too. I mean, obviously it's going to be really, really tough to beat Northwestern in the nightcap, assuming the Spartans are able to take care of business against Carroll, which that's a good Carroll team that's improved a lot. Totally different team from the one they saw back in December, so you can't sleep on Carroll. But if you get through the Chargers, Northwestern, Fishers, either of those is going to be a tall task. But you feel good about this Spartans team and kind of their experience that they bring to the table, their veteran leadership, and kind of their poise. So it'll be interesting.
Absolutely. Best of luck.